How do language families reveal ancient human migrations? Imagine tracing the footsteps of ancient people just by listening to the words they left behind. Language families are like clues that tell us where our ancestors traveled long ago. When we study how languages are related, we see patterns that show how humans moved across the globe. Languages that belong to the same family come from a common ancestor language called a proto-language. Over time, as groups of people moved and settled in new places, their languages changed. These changes happen slowly, but some core words and sounds stay similar. By comparing these similarities, linguists can figure out how long ago the languages split and where the original speakers might have lived. For example, the Indo-European language family includes English, Spanish, Hindi, and Russian. These languages all come from a common ancestor called proto-Indo-European, which was spoken about 6,500 years ago in the Eurasian steppe. Archaeologists and geneticists have found evidence that ancient groups like the Yamnaya culture moved across Europe and Asia, carrying their language with them. This migration helped spread the Indo-European languages over a vast area. Linguists use special methods to compare words, grammar, and sounds among related languages. This helps them reconstruct what the original proto-language might have sounded like. When they combine this with archaeological finds and DNA studies, they get a clearer picture of how ancient humans moved and interacted. Large language families can show multiple waves of migration. The Afroasiatic family, for example, includes languages like Arabic and Hebrew. These spread through different migration events across Africa and the Middle East. In the Americas, the many indigenous language families, such as the Amerindian languages, reflected different migration periods and contact among groups. Sometimes, language families reveal how migrating groups interacted with local populations. The Finno-Ugric languages, like Finnish and Hungarian, show signs of mixing with neighboring Indo-European and Altaic languages. This mixing mirrors genetic and cultural exchanges that happened over thousands of years. Studying language families helps us understand human history before written records. It shows us where people lived, how they moved, and how their cultures and languages evolved. For example, by looking at words related to farming or technology within a language family, we can see how cultural practices spread along with migrations. In short, language families act as maps of ancient human movements. They help us follow the trail of our ancestors through the words they left behind, revealing how people spread across the world and shaped the languages we speak today.